Award season has begun, and if there is one movie you would expect the virtue-signaling Hollywood to give all kinds of awards love, it is Emilia Pérez, starring Karla Sofía Gascón. However, it may not play out that way, as many, even in Hollywood, are tired of the kind of messaging Emilia Pérez pushes, let alone Gascón as an individual. Let's dive in. This video is sponsored by Black Forest Supplements. Hollywood is no stranger to virtue signaling, especially not in the past decade, and more often than not. It has been for causes that the audience and populace of the world may not fully align with. Ricky Gervais spoke for a lot of people when he said,
"If you win, right, come up, accept your little award, thank your agent and your God, and fuck off."
Someone who did not shut up though is Karla Sofía Gascón. On the contrary, Gascón spoke out for an hour on CNN about recent controversies, all of which we are about to get into. Before that though, I take it you're all familiar with Joe Rogan, world's biggest podcaster, MMA fighter, fought off COVID in a matter of days and extremely fit for 57. He obviously takes great care of himself, and one of the supplements he has discussed on his podcast, The Joe Rogan Experience, to this end, is GLP-1. Let's see what his guest, Dr. Andrew Huberman, had to say about it. Then I'll add a bit more about why this is so interesting after the clip.
This is a GLP-1 glucagon-like peptide. The story of that is, since you like animals and the natural world, a guy down in South America was looking at Gila monsters, those really scary things, and he realized they don't have to eat very often. I wonder if they're hungry all the time or not. Turns out it takes their blood, isolates a peptide, which turns out to be GLP-1, puts it into other animals, and realizes it suppresses appetite. Amazing. Turns out humans make GLP-1. GLP-1 is stimulated by things like yerba mate tea. Certain other compounds, plant compounds, stimulate its release. But what does it do in the hypothalamus? It suppresses hunger by way of, there's a particular brain arcuate pathway, blah, blah, blah. But it also affects the mechanosensors of the gut so that you feel like your gut's full. Like it's almost like you're getting like a pharmacologic stapled stomach, right? When people take a drug that mimics GLP-1, their brain is like, well, I'm not as hungry, and their stomach feels full even though it's empty. And so people lose weight.
Now, you may have heard about Ozempic. South Park did a whole special about it. It's what all these celebrities use to lose weight, and that is basically a fake and synthetic form of GLP-1 that comes with some serious side effects. Alternatively, you can help your body produce more GLP-1 naturally. As of today, one of our channel's main sponsors, Black Forest Supplements, alongside their team of scientists, have developed a 5-in-1 and natural GLP-1 booster. And unlike Ozempic, Black Forest's GLP-1 booster supports weight loss without affecting bone density or causing muscle loss. That is why this supplement has been dubbed the Ozempic Killer. It boosts GLP-1 levels and supports weight loss through natural ingredients. Green tea extract and cayenne pepper stimulate GLP-1 release, while cinnamon extract stabilizes blood sugar to prevent hunger spikes, 5-HTP promotes serotonin production to curb cravings, and L-carnitine enhances fat metabolism for sustained energy. Together, these ingredients work synergistically to suppress appetite, increase calorie burning, and promote effective weight management, without the nasty side effects of drugs like Ozempic. I took my first pills today, and I can honestly say I didn't experience the midday cravings I've always hated, and I'm feeling great. So check out Black Forest's GLP-1 supplement right now, because they have a special launch week promo where you can buy 2, get 2 for free for the next 48 hours. They told me that this is the best price that their GLP-1 product is ever going to be. They're basically not making any money, they just want people to try their revolutionary new product. So, take care of your own health and get yours today by using either the QR code on screen or the link in the description or pinned comment. And remember that by supporting our sponsors, you also support this channel directly. With that, let's return to the topic at hand, beginning with the person at the center of the controversy, Karla Sofía Gascón. Born in mainland Spain in 1972, the actor who would come to be known as Karla Sofía Gascón started acting in 1995, first appearing in a number of Spanish soap operas and movies before relocating to Mexico in 2009. Here, still working under the name Juan Carlos Gascón, there followed roles in a number of more telenovelas and other minor movie roles, but no big breakout happened. Not until the gender transitioning into Karla Sofía Gascón in 2018. At this time, much like some athletes or even influencers I could mention who used to underperform against other men, Karla started excelling in the guise of a woman. More roles and other socialite appearances followed, though notably without any kind of actual fan base or grassroots support. According to Polly of Latino Slant and Midnight's Edge Español fame, Gascón was never popular in Mexico or even regarded as a good individual. Like certain compatible influencers, the hype was entirely media-driven, not organic. This nonetheless made Gascón the perfect fit for a movie like Emilia Pérez. If there is one movie which, for better or worse, embodies where entertainment has gone this past decade, it is Emilia Pérez, the Netflix movie which saw a limited theatrical release specifically so it would qualify for awards consideration. Ultimately based on the 2018 novel Écoute by Boris Razón, the movie follows a bloodthirsty and ruthless Mexican cartel leader, portrayed by Gascón, who needs to disappear. In order to do so, this cartel leader fakes his own death and enlists the help of a lawyer, portrayed by Zoe Saldana, who organizes for the cartel leader to transition into a woman. After the surgery, this cartel leader begins a new life as Emilia Pérez. Now, when the toxic masculinity has been surgically removed, the movie portrays Pérez as a hero and inspirational figure, one who is mellow and good with children. So just like Wanda in Marvel and Disney's WandaVision, the audience is simply expected to forgive and forget the past crimes against humanity that Pérez used to do in the original physical incarnation. In no small part because of the subject matter and messaging, a great many critics gave the movie positive reviews, even though many of them read as negative. And from our friends on the ground in Hollywood, we have heard that the studio is pushing hard for awards consideration. Case in point, it has been nominated for an incredible 13 Oscars, including for Best Picture, Best Director, and Best Actress. And yes, it is Gascón who is being pushed for that. But perhaps they're pushing a little bit too hard. Because we have also heard that in a rapidly changing Hollywood, privately, apparently not that many people, even in Hollywood, actually liked the movie. Many reportedly feel it doesn't actually deserve any nominations at all, for there apparently isn't anything all that great about it, and the message is one that many increasingly find to be deeply, dare I say it, problematic. This situation was not helped when Gascón's past comments in social media resurfaced. Social media allows you to say what you think, which can be both a blessing and a curse, depending on how well the filter between your brain and any kind of external expression is working. And in the case of Gascón, that filter needed work, let's say. You see, over the years, Gascón had made a number of statements on social media that, shall we say, could be regarded as controversial. Statements on topics like Muslims and black people, and that Austrian fella who played a big role in that spat in Germany during the 1940s. While some, not all, but some of the statements easily could be expressed by regular individuals or even select politicians, they were on a subject matter which actors representing multi-million-dollar entertainment products might want to steer clear of, and of a nature that any actor would want to remove from their timeline if they suddenly should find themselves in the middle of an aggressive campaign for Academy Awards. Because granted, these statements had been up for a long time, and hailed back from when no one cared what Gascón had to say. But in light of the Oscar campaign for Emilia Pérez, matters are obviously different now. And now is when these past comments were brought into the spotlight with a vengeance. The backlash was as swift as it was brutal. Let's see what Deadline Hollywood had to say in their write-up of an interview Gascón agreed to in the aftermath of the old tweets resurfacing. From their story, Karla Sofía Gascón breaks down an unauthorized hour-long CNN interview. I have been crucified and stoned. The article reads, embattled Emilia Pérez star and Oscar nominee Karla Sofía Gascón appeared in an hour-long unauthorized CNN en Español interview Sunday morning, in which Gascón broke down in tears and ranted at various points about the resurfaced racist and Islamophobic tweets. Initially reiterating many of the same points from the Instagram apology posted yesterday, Gascón reiterated not being racist and offered the most sincere apologies to all the people who may have felt offended for the way I express myself in my past, in my present, and in my future.
I'm a woman now, so what's it matter?
That's code for that no lessons have been learned and that statements like these shall continue. Gascón continued later, I believe I have been judged, I have been convicted, and sacrificed and crucified and stoned without a trial and without the option to defend myself. Deadline has confirmed that Netflix was not involved in setting up the CNN interview and was not aware it was taking place. In other words, Netflix are gonna be pissed, because Gascón just went rogue in a sympathy play. The article continues. In an interview that jumped around topics considerably, with interviewer Juan Carlos Arciniegas often unable to get a word in, Gascón discussed the marvelous daughter who was said to have taught important values, and added relating to the struggles of black people. Oh, I bet black people will be won over by that. Gascón said, I feel and very much identify with the people who were thrown off the buses for the color of their skin, with the people who did not want them to study at university, for the people who were hated simply for existing, like I am hated in this moment. Yeah, not too sure too many black people experience just that today, but hey, let me know in the comments if this inspires much sympathy. But there is more sympathy play going on. Gascón occasionally broke down in tears, citing a relationship with a wonderful woman who is Muslim and who has taught about respect and to understand perhaps better than in the past. Gascón later said to have been 100% supported by her at this moment. At another point, Gascón brought up a brother that died, saying, when I was very little, my brother died in an accident on Christmas. And I have always held a resentment toward human beings of all spectrums because it seems to me that human beings are something deplorable, but something in which I have incredible hope. Jumping forward a bit, amid tears, Gascón also said, I have not stopped receiving hate, death threats, insults, abuses. I have not seen anyone who has come out in any media, any space, any place, raise their hand for me and say, hey, what is happening with this person who you are massacring? And no one has lifted a single finger for change. When asked about the tweet in which George Floyd was deemed to be a drug addict and a hustler, Gascón responded to not have penned that post and has treated social media as, unfortunately, more like a diary filled with reflections as opposed to something that can influence someone. Because before being here, my post was viewed by 3 people. Yeah, regardless of anything else, this is what people in such positions should get, even when you are not popular. Twitter is not your diary, so maybe not treat it as such, even when no one is reading. The actress, who made history as the first openly trans woman nominated for Best Actress at the Oscars, went on to report relying heavily on irony, sarcasm, and at times exaggeration. And of course, I use a resource to talk in third person, if what I wrote was written by someone who thinks in a negative manner. Gascón added obviously being a supporter of the Black Lives Matter movement, and claims having written the tweet in order to point out others' racist commentary. And yet that was done for all of 3 people, right. But Gascón had thoughts on past Oscar winners as well. Gascón acknowledged that the tweet about the 93rd Oscars, where Gascón deemed Daniel Kaluuya's and Yoo Jung-yoon's respective wins as indicative of an Afro-Korean festival, as a stupidity, and surely they deserved those awards for all their work and not for who they are. Except that is not what was stated in that tweet. Which is ironic, because the general feeling is that the identitarian aspect is the only reason why the movie Emilia Pérez and Gascón with it are indeed nominated for anything at all. I could go on, because this write-up is a lengthy one, since it covers a full hour-long interview, and one that was on the ranty side, let's say, but let's let that suffice. The important question though is, were anyone won over? Like the readers of Deadline Hollywood, who for the most part are a progressive bunch with their party papers in order. If anyone should be supporting Gascon, it's the commenters right here. One says, absolute and complete narcissist. Yeah, not a great start there. Another says, vicious victim syndrome. Yeah, there's a few of those. Another simply adds, what an Oscars promo tour. Yet another says, congratulations Demi Moore on your Oscar win. People generally don't like Trump in this comment section, so it's telling when someone says, I have experienced a death in the family, therefore I get a pass for my bigotry, is the excuse of MAGAs and airport Karens worldwide. There are many more comments, kind of like these. In fact, all the comments are like these. Not a single one is supporting of either Gascon or the movie. One even says, in a little over a month, this movie and this person will be completely forgotten. The Academy will not give Best Picture to Emilia Pérez. Saldana will win, but that will be about it. The Academy has to know they messed up. Yeah, I would agree that nominating Emilia Pérez for 13 Oscars fits rather nicely into the messed up category. And based on these responses, I don't see many voting for it. Someone else who realizes they messed up here is Netflix, and they know it. The point was made several times in that Deadline Hollywood article about the CNN interview that it was unauthorized, as in Netflix had not signed off on it. And in an update from February 3rd, The Hollywood Reporter has learned that Netflix were none too pleased about this CNN interview. So little so, in fact, that they've cancelled the promo tour Gascon was supposed to come to Hollywood for to schmooze the right people right now. The piece states, tensions are said to be high between Gascon and the streamer, which has invested millions in the film's awards push. It was flourishing as recently as January 23rd, when the film received a field-leading 13 Oscar nominations, just one shy of the all-time record. But now, at the most inopportune moment, it's on life support thanks to the Gascon revelations. It would appear that pushing Gascon for awards is no longer a priority, though the movie itself is. The piece continues. Netflix is clearly undertaking efforts to try to spare Emilia Pérez other nominees, including and especially Best Supporting Actress nominee Saldana, who therefore has been the clear frontrunner in her category from the Gascon debris field. Yeah, it would appear that they bet on the wrong horse on this one, and they went all in on making this an awards winner. The big question is though, do you think Emilia Pérez deserved so many nominations? Or was it just one big virtue signal? And do you think, if this virtue signal fails, that maybe Hollywood won't virtue signal as much in the future? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And before you go, check out Black Forest's brand new GLP-1 supplement. Remember, they have a special launch week promo where you can buy 2, get 2 for free for the next 48 hours. So take care of your own health and get yours today by using either the QR code on screen or link in the description or pinned comment. And remember that by supporting our sponsors, you also support this channel directly.